Well, enough is enough. That is the message from some state lawmakers who say tougher hate crime laws need to be on the books.
Tonight, Fox 4 Investigates, continuing our series of reports examining Florida's ongoing state of hate and also pushing for solutions.
Investigative reporter Ryan Kruger is speaking with experts who are telling us things that the Sunshine State is getting right and the work that still needs to be done to protect our citizens.
This is disgusting. I don't understand why this is happening here.
Last month, neighbors in Boca Raton woke up to hate-filled anti-Semitic messages in their driveways. Investigators believe the same Boca suspects later projected a swastika and other anti-Semitic messages onto the AT&T building in downtown West Palm Beach, the latest in a series of growing hate incidents, similar to reports Fox 4 brought you last year, including in Punta Gorda.
I'm not necessarily looking for punishment. I'm looking for rehabilitation.
I will not stand here and do nothing. I will not be complacent, and I will not sit around.
A bipartisan group of state lawmakers feel what they call an anti-hate bill could be an answer to what anti-hate groups like the Anti-Defamation League say historically has been viewed as free speech.
We're really examining activity where people are distributing very hateful and very bigoted propaganda into communities, are holding very painful and difficult signs in communities.
The proposal would charge people with a third-degree felony for projecting hate-filled images or distributing propaganda onto someone else's private property.
If we don't do something now, then soon we just may have 1933 Nazi Germany here all over again.
Florida law calls for the Attorney General's office to track the number of hate crimes in the state. In 2021, the most recent year that we have data, there were 148 hate crimes reported in Florida. With 14, Lee County was tied with Hillsborough County for the second most in the state, behind only Miami-Dade.
It's not just the individual who is suffering the consequence. Often it's entire communities who feel the reverberation of that one crime in terms of fear, in terms of changed behavior.
Dr. Seth Fallick is a professor of criminology and criminal justice at Florida Atlantic University. He led a team of researchers who looked at the hate crime laws in all 50 states. Their study, released last month, found hate crime legislation to be vague and inconsistent across the U.S.
What we see in states is that the legislation often gets crafted in response to an event. There's some sort of heinous crime that's committed. It seems to be motivated by hate, and legislators then are reactive to those events.
Fallick says some states, like California, do a better job of showing the specific evidence needed to charge and convict someone of a hate crime. Florida, meanwhile, leaves a lot of discretion to judges and juries, according to Fallick's research.
So we're taking the responsibility out of the legislators' hands to specify that and leaving it for the courts to interpret.
Dr. Fallick says Florida also falls short on protecting the trans and non-binary communities in the Sunshine State because gender identity isn't listed as a protected class. Now, one thing he says the state is good at is protecting our homeless population. Florida is one of just a few states in the country that considers crimes against homeless people to be a hate crime. Ryan Kruger, Fox 4 Investigates.